My husband said he didn't know the woman at the bar. His tattoo of her name said otherwise. We were celebrating our 5th anniversary at a wine bar downtown. Candles on the table, jazz playing softly, everything perfect until a woman walked up. Maybe 30, dark hair, something familiar about her features I couldn't place. She looked at Marcus with hope and hurt mixed together. "Marcus?" she said, like she wasn't sure he was real. He froze with his glass halfway to his mouth, then set it down and said, "Sorry, I think you have me confused with someone else." Her face crumbled. She looked at me, then back at him, mumbled an apology, and walked away fast, like she might cry if she stayed another second. I asked what that was about. He said he had no idea. People mistake him for others sometimes, but his hands were shaking when he reached for his glass. The drive home was quiet. I asked twice more about the woman. He insisted he didn't know her. Changed the subject to our upcoming vacation. I let it go to save the anniversary, but I couldn't sleep. Kept seeing the way she looked at him, the way he'd looked back before the mask came down, and I kept thinking about the tattoo. Rosie, in cursive on his left ribcage. Faded like it was old. I'd asked about it once early in our relationship. He said it was someone from a long time ago. The way he said it made clear he didn't want to discuss it. I assumed an ex, first love maybe. Let it go because everyone has a past. The next few weeks I watched him more carefully. He'd been secretive lately, I realized. Taking calls in the garage, unexplained errands that lasted hours, coming home with a look I couldn't decode. I told myself I was paranoid. Then I checked his phone. The texts were to a contact saved as R with heart emojis. Hundreds of messages over the past year. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. So glad I found you. You mean everything to me. Photos of them together at restaurants, on park benches, at what looked like a museum. The woman was the same one from the bar. Rosie. The name on his skin, the person he claimed not to know. They'd been meeting secretly for a year while I thought we were happy. I screenshot everything and waited for him to come home. I didn't yell. Just set my phone on the kitchen table. Screenshots pulled up and asked him to explain. He looked at the photos and his whole body changed. Shoulders dropped, hands started trembling. Then he started crying. Not the tears of someone caught. The tears of someone who'd been holding something too heavy for too long. "She's my sister," he said. "My twin sister. We were separated when we were 7. He told me everything that night. The childhood he never mentioned because it hurt too much to touch. Parents who lost them to foster care when they were 5. 2 years shuffled between homes together. Then a placement with room for only 1 child. They took him and sent Rosie somewhere else. He was 7 watching his twin cry through the back window of a social worker's car. When he was 16, his foster mother told him Rosie died in a group home fire. 3 kids died. His foster mother said Rosie was one of them. He got the tattoo that month. Put her name on his body so he'd carry her forever. Tried to bury the grief so deep he could pretend he'd never had a sister at all. That's why he never told me. The only way he'd survived losing her was by never talking about her ever. Then last year she found him through a DNA registry. She hadn't died. She'd been at a different group home, not the one that burned. Wrong records, system failures, kids slipping through cracks. She'd spent 20 years looking for him. He'd spent 20 years thinking she was dead. They met secretly because he didn't know how to explain any of it. How do you tell your wife you have a twin you thought was dead for 2 decades? How do you introduce a past you've pretended didn't exist? At the bar, he panicked. Denied her because that's what he'd trained himself to do. She texted after saying she understood, but it hurt. She wanted to be part of his real life. He didn't know what to tell her or me. The text that looked like an affair, the photos of secret meetings, the woman's name tattooed on my husband. Evidence of betrayal that was actually a brother and sister learning who each other became after the world tried to erase them. I asked if I could meet her. Rosie came that weekend, nervous and hopeful, looking so much like Marcus it took my breath away. Same eyes, same jawline, same way of tilting her head. She hugged me and apologized for the bar. I told her nothing to apologize for. She's family now. Comes to every holiday. Texts me more than Marcus. The woman I thought was destroying my marriage is one of my closest friends. The tattoo I thought was evidence is just a brother who loved his sister too much to let go. He's getting a new one next month. Her name again, with the date they found each other. Rosie, pick a font.